Today we are going to start with chapter number 19 और इसमें हम पढ़ रहे होंगे what are digital signatures, right? Then we have MAC authentication. What was the MAC authentication? Actually, when you are hashing with your symmetric key, so what actually we are going to do, we are going to provide system level authentication, not a user level authentication, right? A private key is bound to an individual, a symmetric key is not. We know that a MAC authentication provides the weakest form of authentication because it is not bound to a user, just to a computer or a device. Now see, in this particular scenario, a private key is being used for an individual. I mean, private key is being used for an individual. It is going to provide you a user level authentication. When we are talking about a symmetric key, that is not going to provide you a user level authentication. It is going to provide you a system level authentication. So MAC authentication is provide a system level or a weakest level of authentication because it is not bound to a user. इट इज जस्ट अ कंप्यूटर और अ डिवाइस, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपके पास यूजर ऑथेंटिकेशन नहीं होती, आपकी सिस्टम लेवल ऑथेंटिकेशन होती है. सो मैक और एमडी वैल्यूज और हैशिंग वैल्यूज आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड यू द आई मीन सिस्टम लेवल ऑथेंटिकेशन, राइट? नाउ come to the next slide, that is called as slide number 6. Now this particular slide is going to give you, what is the heading of this particular slide? A review of message integrity controls. अब हमने जो मैसेज इंटीग्रिटी को हम कैसे इंप्लीमेंट करते हैं? बाय यूजिंग हैशिंग, राइट? वी हैव द पैरिटी, चेकसम एंड ऑल दीस थिंग्स. व्हाट टाइप ऑफ सर्विसेज वी आर गेटिंग बाय इंप्लीमेंटिंग मैसेज इंटीग्रिटी कंट्रोल्स, राइट? जैसे हमने सिमेट्रिक की का पढ़ा है, सिमेट्रिक की का पढ़ा, तो व्हाट वी वर डूइंग, वी वर बाय इंप्लीमेंटिंग कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी, वी आर by implementing symmetric key, we are we are getting confidentiality. By implementing asymmetric key, we are getting authentication and non-repudiation. In this particular scenario, what we have, review message, so actually what type of services we are getting by implementing message integrity, right? If we are talking about message integrity controls in this particular diagram, what we have: parity, hashing function, and checksum, and your CVC MAC. If any accidental change is being made inside your data, I mean, I have told you that, like CRC, cyclic redundancy check, that is going to manage any type of accidental change that is being done over a transmission medium, right? Any abrupt change or any sort of spike that is being done inside your data, or I mean, due to that spike, your data has been modified. These things are going to be managed by your parity, hash function, and checksums, or we already have completed. We have already done that, right? Then any type of intentional changes, I mean, हम अभी तो integrity का पढ़ रहे हैं ना. I mean, if somebody is going to intentionally modify your data, I mean to say that manage your data, so that is going to be managed by your digital signatures, your keyed hash, like your HMAC and your CVC MAC, right? So this is how these type of services, like your digital signatures, your HMAC, and your CVC MAC that we have already studied so far, they are going to manage your intentional changes, right? Intentional changes का मतलब ये है, अगर कोई अटैकर आपके डेटा को कॉम्प्रोमाइज करता है, कॉम्प्रोमाइज करने के बाद उसके अंदर कोई मॉडिफिकेशन करता है, आई मीन एट द अपर of your network or OSI model, तो उसको हम क्या कहते हैं कि these are the intentional changes that I have already told you, right? That is going to be managed by your, I mean to say that your digital signatures, your HMACs and CVC MAC, and I have already explained you in detail. अब आ जाएं authentication level of services if you are getting, if you want to get, right? So how we are getting, I mean, if you're talking about digital signatures, we might have an hashing algorithms, we might have an asymmetric algorithms, we have an MD encrypt with private key, right? Then we have HMAC. How the HMAC is being implemented? We have an hashing algorithm, we have a symmetric algorithm, we have a symmetric key, and message are hashed, right? If we are talking about CVC MAC, we have a symmetric algorithm, we have a message is encrypted in CVC mode, and the last block is being used as a MAC. Okay. अब जब हम HMAC को यूज करते हैं, तो HMAC के अंदर हमारे पास क्या होता है कि we have an hashing algorithm, right? We have the symmetric algorithm. Then we are using symmetric key with our message and passing through an hashing algorithm, and we are generating a MAC value. I think you people are well aware about, हमने इसको बड़ा डिटेल में पढ़ा था. So by using this, we are achieving authentication. If we are talking about CVC MAC, how it is going to be happen? We are going to apply encryption over a, I mean to say that cipher blockchain or mechanism over a data message, right? And that data is being passed through a CVC. And in the last, what we have the last block, and in the last block, the value that is coming out of the last block would be used as a MAC value, and that MAC value would be attached with your data, and that would be sent in order to confirm the integrity of the message. So these are the different techniques through which we are going to achieve the authentication procedure in our data, in our mechanism, right? So this is just a, I mean to say that bird eye view of all these techniques that we have used so far, right? Now we are starting with digital signatures. ठीक है जी. अब digital signatures हमारे पास क्या होते हैं? Now you need to understand in a very clear way actually what the digital signatures are. First of all, I would like to read a definition for you. A digital signature is a hash value. So a digital signature is a hash value that has been encrypted with the sender's private key. The act of signing means that encrypting the message hash value with a private key as shown in the figure. अब try to understand the trick in this particular scenario. क्या कह रहा है कि हम डिजिटल सिग्नेचर हैशिंग वैल्यू के अंदर किस तरह से यूज करते हैं? इट्स बीन encrypted with sender's private key. I mean, let's suppose, let's take an example of mine. I want to send digitally signed data to my friend or my student or like that, right? What I need to do, I need to create a hash. I mean, जैसे हम normally hash create करते हैं. I mean, our message would be passing through a hash function. The resulting hash value that we are getting, I'm going to encrypt that particular hash value with the private key of mine. I mean, अगर हम सिमेट्रिक की क्रिप्टोग्राफी की बात करें तो मेरे क्रिप्टो सिस्टम ने अगर पब्लिक प्राइवेट की का पेयर जनरेट किया है तो प्राइवेट की इज बी विथ मी एंड पब्लिक की वुड बी अवेलेबल टू एवरीबॉडी, राइट? तो प्राइवेट की को मैंने यूज करते हुए क्या किया, अपनी हैश वैल्यू को इनक्रिप्टेड किया. मेक श्योर I am going to encrypt what? I am going to encrypt my hash value. मेरा मैसेज encrypt नहीं हो रहा. ये बड़ा important point है understand करने का, right? Now that encrypted hash value is appended with our message and will be sent to the receiver. अब रिसीवर के पास क्या होता है वो हम आगे चल के पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन फॉर द टाइम बीइंग यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड अप टिल नाउ, राइट? नाउ द सेकंड पैराग्राफ इज गोइंग टू टेल यू फ्रॉम आवर अर्लियर एग्जांपल, इफ अहमद वांट्स टू इंश्योर दैट द मैसेज ही सेंड्स टू बिलाल इज नॉट मॉडिफाइड एंड ही वांट्स हिम टू बी श्योर इट केम ओनली फ्रॉम हिम, ही कैन डिजिटली साइन द मैसेज. This means that a one-way hashing function would be run on the message and then Ahmad would encrypt that hash value with his private key. Now see, I mean, if Ahmad and Bilal was communicating and they want to be sure that nobody else can modify the information on their way, what they had to do, Ahmad has to digitally sign the data with his own private key. When the data is being digitally signed, it is always being signed with the private key. तो इस particular mechanism को हम क्या कहते हैं कि we are actually going to digitally sign our data at the sender's end, right? Now, अब ये मैंने एक end की बात बताई है आपको, अहमद के end की. I mean, Ahmad has done this by digitally signed his data by using its own private key, right? उसने अपनी private key generate की in a public private key pair और जो hash generate हुआ उसको encrypt किया अपने प्राइवेट की के साथ और उस हैश को अटैच कर दिया मैसेज के साथ और मैसेज और हैश दोनों को इनक्रिप्टेड हैश को सेंड कर दिया टू द रिसीवर. अब रिसीवर पे क्या हुआ, आई वुड बी टेलिंग यू. नाउ दिस इज अ डायग्राम, दिस वुड बी मोर क्लियर टू यू. नाउ सी अ मैसेज वी हैव, दिस इज व्हाट द कैलकुलेटेड हैश वैल्यू ऑफ एबीसी. हमारे पास एक हैश वैल्यू कैलकुलेट हुई है, राइट? एंड दैट पर्टिकुलर हैश वैल्यू that has to be encrypted with the private key of the same person who has calculated the hash value. ठीक है, अब आपकी जो hash value है वो encrypt हो गई है. Now that particular hash value, encrypted hash message digest value would be appended with the message and would be sent to the receiver, right? Up till here, is that clear to everybody? Hopefully, right? अब हम आ जाएं रिसीवर एंड के ऊपर. रिसीवर एंड पे क्या होगा? ओके, अब रिसीवर एंड पे क्या होगा? वी हैव व्हेन बिलाल रिसीव्स द मैसेज, बिलाल ने मैसेज को रिसीव किया, ही विल परफॉर्म द हैशिंग फंक्शन ऑन द मैसेज, राइट? and come up with his own hash value. अब देखें बिलाल ने उस मैसेज को रिसीव किया जो अहमद ने भेजा था and he has performed the same hashing function over the message. जो आपके पास एक मैसेज आया है ना उसके ऊपर उसने हैशिंग परफॉर्म की और हैशिंग परफॉर्म करने के बाद he come up with another hash value, right? Then he will decrypt the sent hash value. अब देखें जो सेंड किया गया था वो एक मैसेज था, उसके साथ इनक्रिप्टेड हैश था, ठीक है। उसने पहले बिलाल ने क्या किया, मैसेज को निकाला, मैसेज को हैशिंग फंक्शन के थ्रू पास किया और एक हैश वैल्यू जनरेट कर ली। सेकंड स्टेप में वो क्या करेगा, जो इनक्रिप्टेड हैश अहमद ने सेंड किया है उसको उठाएगा, वो उसको डिक्रिप्ट करेगा विथ पब्लिक की ऑफ अहमद, बिकॉज वी नो दैट प्राइवेट और पब्लिक की, प्राइवेट की अगर अहमद की वहां पर थी तो पब्लिक की वुड बी अवेलेबल टू द, आई मीन टू से दैट बिलाल, तो वो पब्लिक की उठाएगा अहमद की और उससे उस हैश वैल्यू को डिक्रिप्ट करेगा, राइट। When it is going to decrypt that hash value, then it would be finding the same value और वो आपके पास उसको हैश मिल जाएगा। अब जो उसने हैश अपना जनरेट की है at his own end and the hash that he has decrypted that is being coming from the sender, they both are compared. If they are the same, your data has not been modified. If they are different, your data has been modified, right? So he then compares the two value, and if they are same, he can sure that the message was not altered during the transmission. He is also sure that the message is came from Ahmed because the value was encrypted with his private key. अच्छा जी, अब ये तीसरा पॉइंट जो है ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हमें इस चीज से और क्या चीज मिल रही है। एक तो आपकी मैसेज इंटीग्रिटी इंश्योर हो गई, आई मीन योर डेटा इज नॉट बीन मॉडिफाइड, फेयर इनफ, नो इशू, राइट। Second thing is कि Bilal is sure that this information is coming from Ahmed because that information or that hash value is being encrypted with Ahmed's public key, sorry, Ahmed's private key. So this is going to be damn sure that the information is coming from Ahmed. So this is going to ensure us the authentication service. I mean, we are also achieving the authentication service through the digital signatures. अब आ जाएं बैक डायग्राम के ऊपर। रिसीवर के पास ये मैसेज रिसीव हुआ, आपका मैसेज आपका इनक्रिप्टेड आई मीन हैश वैल्यू, राइट। नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या होगा, कैलकुलेट हैश वैल्यू ऑन रिसीव मैसेज। बिलाल ने क्या किया, इस मैसेज के ऊपर हैशिंग कैलकुलेट की एंड ही वुड बी गेटिंग एबीसी, राइट। और सेकंड स्टेप में क्या किया, ये जो हैश वैल्यू इनक्रिप्टेड रिसीव हुई है, डिक्रिप्ट सेंट हैश वैल्यू विथ पब्लिक की। अब इस हैश वैल्यू को जो इनक्रिप्टेड है बिलाल क्या करेगा, अहमद की पब्लिक की के साथ डिक्रिप्ट करेगा एंड ही वुड बी गेटिंग द ओरिजिनल हैश वैल्यू। नाउ बोथ वैल्यूज ऑफ हैश वैल्यूज आर बीइंग हियर, they would be compared. If they are same, your data is not being modified, and if they are different, this means that your data has been modified. ठीक है जी। Digital signatures, the hashing function ensures the integrity of the message and the signing of the hash value provides authentication and non-repudiation. Now see, there are two things. Hashing functions are going to provide you the integrity, एक चीज। Second क्या है, साइनिंग ऑफ द मैसेज, आई मीन जो आप डिजिटल साइन कर रहे हैं अपने हैश वैल्यू को विद द प्राइवेट की, it is going to provide you authentication and non-repudiation. These are the two extra services that we are getting with the help of digital signing, right? The act of signing just means that the value was encrypted with a private key, right? So we need to be clear on all the available choices within the cryptography because different steps and algorithms provide different types of security services. Now see, I mean, we are very much sure that we are getting different algorithms are going to provide us different type of services. कुछ हमें confidentiality provide करते हैं, कुछ हमें ऑथेंटिकेशन प्रोवाइड करते हैं, कुछ हमें नॉन रेपुटेशन प्रोवाइड करते हैं और कुछ हमें इंटीग्रिटी प्रोवाइड करते हैं, ठीक है जी। तो this is how we are going to proceed further, right? Now this diagram is going to give you an idea कि what type of algorithm is providing what type of services. Now let's take an example of symmetric key algorithms. Dash, triple dash, blowfish, IDEA, RC4, Sapphire, all these are the symmetric key algorithms. What type of services they are providing? They are providing us the encryption, digital signature, hashing function और key distribution ये provide नहीं करते, ठीक है। तो that must be clear. Second one is asymmetric algorithms, ठीक है जी। asymmetric में हमारे पास RSA, ECC, DAFI, Elman, Ilgamal, फलां ये सारे आ जाते हैं, ठीक है। Now what type of services they are getting? RSA, very renowned algorithm. It is providing you encryption service, digital signatures and key distribution. If you're talking about elliptic curve cryptography, it is providing you encryption, digital signatures and key distribution. Diffie-Hellman is just providing you key distribution. Elgamal is providing you encryption, digital signatures, and key distribution. DSA is only providing you digital signatures. LUC is providing you encryption, digital signature, and key distribution. And knapsack is providing you encryption, digital signatures, and key distribution. Right? So this chart is going to give you this information. अच्छा जी, अभी तक हमने सिमेट्रिक और एसिमेट्रिक को देखा. अब आ जाए हैशिंग के ऊपर. अब हैशिंग आपको क्या प्रोवाइड करती है? नाउ यू कैन सी हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम आर प्रोवाइडिंग यू नथिंग, right? Not providing you encryption, not providing you I mean to say that hashing algorithm में आपके पास है Ronald Drivers family of hashing functions, MD2, MD4 and MD5. They are providing you hashing function, right? अगर हम SHA की बात करें तो SHA is providing you hashing function. अगर हम Havel की बात करें तो that is also providing you the hashing function, right? They are not providing you encryption, they are not providing you digital signatures, they are not providing you any type of key distribution, right? So digital signatures, what we have, digital signatures. A message can be encrypted, which provides confidentiality. A message can be hashed, which provides integrity. Message can be digitally signed, which provides authentication, non-reputation, and integrity. A message can be encrypted and digitally signed, which provides confidentiality, authentication, non-reputation, and integrity. Now, see, this slide is going to give you a full, I mean to say that conclusion of all these things. आपके पास, if message is being encrypted, you may call it as you are achieving confidentiality. I mean, this is going to be provide you the confidentiality. If message is being hashed, it is going to provide you the integrity. ठीक है, ये दो सिनेरियो तो बड़े क्लियर है. If you are going to say that if your message is digitally signed, that provides you authentication, non-repudiation and integrity. I mean, आपका हैश भी होगा और वो डिजिटली साइन भी होगा. तो वो आपको क्या प्रोवाइड करेगा? ऑथेंटिकेशन भी प्रोवाइड करेगा, नॉन रेपुटेशन भी प्रोवाइड करेगा और इंटीग्रिटी तो वो करेगा ही प्रोवाइड, राइट? And if your message is encrypted as well as digitally signed, what type of services you are getting? You are getting confidentiality, authentication, non-repudiation and integrity, right? So this is how you are going to explain all these things in a single slide. So some algorithms can only perform encryption. This is slide number 15, where other supports digital signatures and encryption. When hashing is involved, a hashing algorithm is used, not an encryption algorithm. It is important to understand that not all algorithms can necessarily provide all security services. Most of these algorithms are used in some type of combination to provide all the necessary security services required of an environment. The table shows the services provided by the algorithm. Now see, this slide is going to tell you that all the algorithms are not providing all these services. I mean, some of the algorithms are providing different services and few of them are providing some other services, right? Like, I mean, अगर आपको encryption चाहिए तो you will be going for symmetric algorithms. अगर आपको integrity chahiye, you would be going for hashing algorithm. If you need integrity and as well as authentication and non-repudiation, you need hashing plus digital signatures, right? So every algorithm has its own pros and cons, right? So that's what this slide is going to tell us. Then we have a standard that is called as your DSS, digital signature standard, because digital signatures are so important in proving who sent which message. The US government decided to establish standard pertaining to their functions and acceptable users. In 1991, NIST proposed a federal standard called the digital signature standard, or you may call it as DSS. It was developed for federal departments and agencies, but most vendors also designed their products to meet these specifications. Now see, when you have multiple options, you are going to design a particular standard for that particular functions, right? The standard is going to give you a big overview of all these things. So for that reason, in 1991, NIST has proposed a federal standard that is called as your digital signature standard, that is going to be developed by federal departments and agencies. It was developed for federal department and agencies, but most vendors are designed and their product to meet these specifications. So everybody, like you have an OSI model. If anybody, if any vendor like your routers or switches, those companies who are going to make certain routers and switches, they want to design their products like any sort of hardware devices or like that, they must have to follow the specifications that are being defined in IEEE or like that, right? 802.11, 802.5, 802.3 or like that, like Ethernet 802.3 and wireless for 802.11 or like that. I mean, if you are being deviated from those particular specifications which are being defined inside those particular standards, your device might not work with that particular standard, right? The same applies over here. If you are not following digital signature standard, your digital signatures might not work in the particular ecosystem, right? So DSS, the federal government requires its departments to use DSA, RSA, or the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm and SHA. Now these are the different algorithms which are being used for the digital signatures and encryption. I mean DSA, RSA, ECDSA, and SHA. SHA creates a 160-bit message digest output, which is then inputted into one of the three mentioned digital signatures algorithm. SHA is being used to ensure the integrity of the message, and the other algorithms are being used to digitally sign the message. So this is an example of how two different algos are combined to provide the right combination of security services. So in this particular slide, what they are going to tell you, they are going to tell you that how two multiple algorithms are being used to incorporate multiple security services, right? Now we know that SHA is only going to provide you the integrity. I mean, it is going to provide you 160-bit message digest value, which is then inputted into one of the three mentioned digital signature algorithm like RSA, DSA, and elliptic curve, right? Now, SHA will be providing you the integrity, right? And these three algorithms are going to provide you the digital signing capability. They are going to incorporate that particular capability into their algorithm so that they are achieving integrity, authentication, non-reputation, and all these services. Even the encryption also, right? So multiple algorithms are being used in order to achieve multiple services into our crypto system, right? So RSA and DSA are the best known and most widely used digital signature algorithm. ठीक है जी, ये चीज हमें क्या बता रही है कि RSA and digital signature are the best known algorithms, right? Signature algorithm. DSA was developed by the NSA. Unlike RSA, DSA can be used only for digital signatures. DSA is slower than RSA in signature verification. RSA can be used for digital signatures, encryption, and secure distribution of symmetric key. Now see, यहाँ पे we are being told that we have RSA and DSA. These are the two algorithms which are being used for the digital signature algorithm. DSA was developed by NSA. Unlike RSA, DSA is bit slower, right? It uses only for digital signature and it is bit slower. While your RSA is bit efficient and it is being used for digital signatures, encryption, secure distribution of symmetric keys. All these three things are being combined in a single algorithm that is called as an RSA. While if we are talking about DSA, it is only going to provide you the digital signatures, right? So this is just the two renowned algorithms that we have discussed so far. So now we are going to understand what is public key infrastructure. I mean, I already have told you the basic background of public key infrastructure and public key cryptography, right? PKI and public key cryptography is two different things. Public key cryptography is also called as your symmetric key cryptography, but public key infrastructure is some sort of infrastructure, right? So let me read it for you. PKI consists of programs, data formats, procedures, communication protocols, security policies, and public key cryptographic mechanisms, working in a comprehensive manner to enable a wide range of dispersed people to communicate in a secure and predictable fashion. In other words, a PKI establishes a level of trust within an environment, right? अब इसकी एग्जांपल मैंने सेक्शन 3 वालों को भी दी थी कि इट्स वेरी सिंपल टू अंडरस्टैंड पीकेआई. आई मीन लेट्स से you want to buy different things for your brother's marriage or like that, you would be going to Autobahn. ठीक है, आपको शूज भी लेने हैं, आपको पार्टी ड्रेस भी लेना है, आपको ज्वेलरी भी लेनी है, and then you need some perfumes also, right? And then you also need to eat something because you are so hungry, because you have been moving here and there and you are so tired and hungry and you want to drink some juices or you want to have some pizza or like that, right? Now what you need to do, if you are going over a, I mean to say that Autobahn, आप क्या करेंगे? You have to go to Bata, Stylo or different shops are there and they are at different positions, they are being dispersed. अगर आपने ज्वेलरी लेनी है तो आपको किसी और शॉप पे जाना पड़ेगा. If you want to go for pizza, तो you need to go to Pizza Hut. I mean, for every shop you need to drive a car. go to the shop and buy certain things, and again you come into a car, sit in the car, and then go to the other shop and all that. I mean, it's a very tidy process, and it will be very difficult for a person. And another thing is how you would be. I mean, parking your car. It's a very big issue of parking and all that. I mean, you would be. I mean to say that it's a very hassle process. You will be getting in a hassle that if you're doing all these things, right? But at the other time, I mean, on the other way, if you want to get all these services under a single roof, what you will do? You will go to the Bollywood Mall, right? Over there, you will be getting any type of party dresses. You will be getting any type of normal dresses. You will be getting any type of shoes. You would be getting any type of I mean, food services like your pizza, Broadway. You have multiple type of juice shops. You have jewelry shops. I mean, everything would be there in under a single store or under a single roof, right? So you can call a Bollywood as a PKI. I mean, it is an infrastructure in which multiple peoples are getting multiple services under the single infrastructure, right? So this is how you're going to define a PKI. I mean, if any person who wants to get different services like your data formats, procedures, protocols, security policies, they would not have to go here and there. They would come under the category or under the infrastructure of PKI, and they would be getting all these services under a single infrastructure. That is called as your PKI, right? So PKI is an ISO authentication framework that uses public key cryptography and the XCOD 509 standard. The framework was set up to enable authentication to happen across different networks and the internet. Particular protocols and algorithms are not specified, which is why PKI is called a framework and not a specific technology. Now see, PKI is a framework, so it is not being specific to a particular technology कि हम ये कहेंगे ये symmetric के लिए use होगा, ये asymmetric के लिए use होगा या hashing के लिए use होगा. No, it is a general framework. Any type of these services are being implemented using a PKI or over a infrastructure of a PKI, right? So it is a whole ecosystem which contains all these services, and anybody can use these services to achieve their objectives, right? So this is what you may call it as a PKI, right? Or in the last, not in the last, sorry, this is the second last slide. PKI provides authentication, confidentiality, non-reputation, and integrity of the message exchange. PKI is a hybrid system of symmetric and asymmetric key algorithms and methods which were discussed in earlier sections. Now see, just imagine, आपको authentication भी मिल रही है, कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी भी मिल रही है, नॉन रेपुटेशन भी मिल रहा है, integrity of the message भी मिल रही है. I mean, all these things you are getting under a single umbrella or under a single roof. This is what you can call it as the PKI. PKI is a hybrid system. I mean, it is a combination of multiple systems of symmetric and asymmetric algorithms and methods, and it is going to be discussed earlier already in our previous sections, right? So there is a difference between public key cryptography and public key infrastructure. Public key cryptography is another name for symmetrical algorithms, while PKI is what its name states, it's an infrastructure. I already have told you that public key cryptography is also called as your symmetric key cryptography, while your PKI is a sort of infrastructure over which your different crypto systems are being based upon. The infrastructure assumes that the receiver's identity can be positively ensured through the certificates and that an asymmetric algorithms will automatically carry out the process of key exchange. Now see, what is the main purpose of this particular infrastructure or the public key infrastructure? I mean, the receiver's identity must be ensured. I mean, the information from where it is coming, it must be ensured that this is a true and legitimate information, and the person who has sent that information is a legitimate one through the certificates, digital signed certificate, and asymmetric algorithms which are being used inside this particular infrastructure are going to ensure that they have to perform the key exchange mechanism, because we know that in asymmetric key cryptography, your public-private pair, private key is being with the person who has generated that particular public-private key pair, and public key will be available to the people who are over an internet, right? So this is all regarding your digital signature.